There are a huge amount of extremely painful fails that happened inside Geometry Dash. These fails sometimes are the case because of a player clicking just a little too early or too late, but a very tiny percentage of these mistakes are based on pure terrible luck. In this video, I'll talk about the unluckiest moments in the history of Geometry Dash. The further we get into the video, the worse the luck from these players gets, so enjoy. Our first victim is a guy you might have heard about before, Dorami. He was known for beating some incredibly hard levels, and one of these was going to be Jeyzor. This is a 5-year-old health themed level and he knew he had the skill to do it, so he started grinding. He got closer and closer, and on the 9676th attempt, he thought he finally had the run that would be the victorious one. However, before I show the clip, there's one thing you gotta know. In GD, there's not one option to play a level, but there are two options. The first one being normal mode, where you restart after dying, and the second one being practice mode. On this mode, you can spend as much attempts as you need on completing the full level with checkpoints, but this won't count as a full completion. Dorami accidentally used this mode, while pausing everything without dying even once. He later still got the completion, which is why it's so low on the list, but the rest of the people on this list were way more unlucky. Cataclysm, for example, is another extreme demon, being the second most downloaded extreme demon in the game. With this amount of popularity, there are of course a lot of people who give this level a try, and a lot of fails bound to happen. But what happened to this player right here was a shock to the whole community. Srguillester passed all the parts in Cataclysm, and only the wave and one semi-auto part was left. He completed the wave, but then this happened. He somehow threw his pillow at the keyboard at the only moment that you were able to die in the last part of the level. The sad thing is that 3 months later even worse luck struck him. This time, however, he actually beat the level that he was trying to get 100% on. This level is called Night Terrors, which currently is an insane demon. But what happened that made this run so unlucky? Well, after verifying Heinz's level, he ranted about how he died in the level at the last possible click. So he showcased that by placing a start position. And this was a very big mistake. Since the editor counts this as editing the actual level, he wasn't able to upload the verified level, which is definitely pretty stupid and unlucky. If you are familiar with the hardest demons, you should know about the level called Firework, which currently is the 4th hardest demon in the game. It has a few victors so far who all spend a ton of attempts on the level, so a fail above 90% would be devastating, especially if you can't do a whole lot about it, which was the case for one player called Jeyzor. He was streaming him trying to beat the level, and the stream is also what ended his chance of beating Firework in this attempt. I present to you the funniest and one of the most unlucky deaths in GD.
No! That was such a bad death! There's no way I just died there! Dude, the raid! Oh my god, the raid messed me up.
Alright, let's talk about something else than just deaths, because there also are some unlucky things that happened in a different way. Going back to the Jeyzor level, the creation of this level didn't go as smoothly as you might think. When it was finished, Surv was practicing Jeyzor and kept dying to a part that he apparently didn't like, so he got into the editor and just deleted the whole part to show how much he despised this level. But on pure muscle memory, he pressed save and play and exactly saved the ruined part, which later got rebuilt.
Don't mind me, huh? Okay, let's... Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck, I just ruined it.
Most deaths and fails on the list are mainly due to the player their own stupidity, but how about one where there was no stupidity involved whatsoever? The fail I'm talking about is on the level Ethereal Artifice, and just about when Ilikeyeetingyeet was about to beat this level, he somehow clipped through a blue pad. Since there were 2 pads stacked on top of each other, he first hit the top one and then the bottom one, resulting in the cube flying out of the map.
Please.
Another level is Omicron, which stands out mainly due to its end screen, where it is actually possible to die by some random names. This doesn't happen that often luckily, and there are dozens of people who have beaten this level already. One of these people was Doggie, but before he beat the level, he experienced a weird glitch where he somehow ended up being below the end screen and dying to a random bug in the level which wasn't meant to happen at all. Doggie later beat the level, but he could have been victorious if just a little luck was on his side. However, now we are taking a big step into the unlucky territory. Omicron is just a little outside the top 100, but how about a terrible fail that happened on the number 17 hardest demon in GD? This happened on Crimson Planet, which is just a little over a minute long. The person who played this was pretty confident in himself, since he paused just before beating it to say he beat it. This, however, went a little different than he expected.
I become no! Exit out! I become the play button. Exit out! Oh my gosh! No, dude.
If you think about the level with the most terrible fails in GD, there's one level that stands out on top of the rest. This level is called Sonic Wave, and there are multiple remakes of this level. However, on one of these remakes something special happened. Sonic Wave Infinity is not only the hardest Sonic Wave level there is, but also might be the level where the most random and weird stuff happened out of all the levels in Geometry Dash. The first super unlucky thing that happened was when Marcus was playing this level and he paused every single part where he had to click. Just the end screen was left. He then wanted to make a screenshot, but little did he know, this would be one of the worst mistakes he could have ever made. While he screenshotted, he accidentally exited the entire level. It wasn't accepted as a 100% run, which makes this death even worse, and truly one of the most unlucky moments in the history of Geometry Dash.
I gotta turn down the brightness, wait. What the heck, I beat it. Hey, wait. No, no, no!
The most unlucky moment in GD happened on the same level. A second, even more unlucky death was not even the player's fault. Let me explain. So on the same level, another person died to the end screen. This was due to an even worse occurrence that could have never been prevented at all. You see, Hippo actually didn't really die to the level, even though the title of the video said so. So why is this the case? Well, this guy actually beat the level, but in order for the level to get accepted as an actual completion, it needs to be fully recorded. And exactly when he was about to finish the level, this happened. It later got accepted as a completion, luckily. If you liked the video, be sure to also watch this video right here about the craziest achievements in GD. Goodbye.